I feel like there is no real good way of saying this, but I have sort of given up. I've been trying a lot of things. I've been on a self-improvement journey for a long time, many years. I'm not really sure when I started, but it's been a long time now. And how I got in to the whole self-improvement sphere, how I started becoming interested, was that I had a lot of anxiety. I was really scared to meet people. I had became really anxious out of nowhere. My heart was pounding. I just had to focus on just my breath. I had these nervous attacks, panic attacks, not really panic attacks, but pretty close. And that got me into self-improvement. And self-improvement back in the days, we're talking 2021, it was some good shit. The advice was really quite simple and quite straightforward. The best things you basically could be doing was working out, meditating, and taking cold showers. If you were doing that, then you were at the top echelon of self-improvement. But over the years, all of this has changed. And I'm not sure if I'm actually correct by saying this, but it feels like so many people are into self-improvement. Almost everyone. I know that not everyone is into this, but it feels like almost everybody is into this. So where do I want to get with this? Well, now I'm not sure how many years later, but at least 4 years later on this journey, probably more, probably 5, 6 years. Where am I? I think like if you have been on this journey for a long time, you should have something to show for it. You should be somewhere. You should have accomplished a lot. And what do I have to show after all of these years? All of the things that I have told myself to avoid, all of the things that I have been putting myself off, all of these things that has a lot of the times been excuses for me not doing things. Like here in Sweden it's called gymnasium, from when you're 16 to 19 or 17 to 19, that part of school. I guess college in other countries. I didn't party, mainly because no one really partied in that school. It wasn't a school like that. But I'm not sure if a lot of other people also would have been partying. I'm not sure if that I would have taken really part of that, because to me, the things that I have been consuming, because of the things that I've been watching, because of the ideas that I have thought was right, I have not taken part of that. But to get to the actual point, even though it hurts to say this, I feel like a lot of the self-improvement tips, all of the content, the mindset really, might not be helping you. Let me explain a bit more, because that doesn't really make sense. Or to my old self a couple of years ago, that would have not made sense at all. Like, I was so obsessed of this idea of wanting to become better. I still am. It hurts to say this, but I have a tiny bit, I can't really say it now, I don't want to say it, but I'm gonna say it anyways. A tiny bit of me has given up. And how am I going to make sense of all of this? We're gonna do it bit by bit. So first, let me explain why self-improvement content is a bit pointless, and then I can talk about why I've given up a bit. As I said, a couple of years ago, I was so obsessed of improving. I was so obsessed of wanting to become better. And I did the basic things that I talked about. I started to cold shower every single day. Really impressive, actually, when I think back of it. I cold showered every single day in the morning, the most painful time. I did that for months and months. I did a lot of cold exposure. I did a lot of Wim Hof breathing, which I still think is good and powerful, but I did it like every single day for years. I was so consistent with that. I consumed so much self-improvement content and I was really obsessed with it. I really looked up to these guys and I was really excited to become better, to improve. It became like a video game to me, like I wanted to level up my character. And so I did. But somewhere now, more recently, I've asked myself this question, that if all of this self-improvement stuff really works, why am I not in a better place right now? When I say that statement, I have not really thought this through, as you probably can tell. It gives me a lot of thoughts, like a lot of feelings come up with this. Now I have a very, I'm not sure how much of this makes sense now, but now a very counterintuitive thought comes up in my head. Always this voice, which I guess I've sort of trained myself to, that this fight mentality within me comes up when I say this. It goes sort of like, yeah, but this shit, this self-improvement shit works. You have come a really long way. This mentality, we're gonna break out of this. Like, that's my first reaction. I'm really not sure where I want to get with this. I sort of had an idea before going into this, but now I feel like it's falling apart a bit, and really I guess my that part of me, that fight mentality, that fight part of me, I think it's right. I think that part is really true, and I think that you have so much control over your own mind and what you think is your reality. I can sit there and think so many positive things and that later turns out to be the truth, but I can also sit there and be in this negative mindset and then that is my truth. And to come to some sort of conclusion or to get some sort of involvement in this video, and one thing that I realized just right now is that A, what a weird video this is, and B, when I was first going into this video, I had a totally different plan for this, but it turned out how it went now. Probably my weirdest video. But yeah, to get to the actual point is that when I was going into this video, when I started 14 minutes ago on my recording here, I was sort of in a negative state. I've been that today, yesterday, and the day before that. I've been in a little bit of a negative state. I have had risen anxiety levels. I feel like I need to calm myself down. I need to start meditating again. I have to calm myself down. I hear my voice change. It's weird how much this inner power in me has, like that voice inside of me when I start to say something negative. Like I can't say that I want to give up. Like when I put that thought in my head, instantly another voice inside my head goes like, you're not doing that, and now when I say I'm gonna calm myself down, I feel myself calming down. I feel my voice lowering. It's so strange, but it is true. But once again, to get some sort of conclusion, going into this video, I felt like I was in a bad mood. I felt like I was stressed. I'm a bit lost once again. I'm not really certain of my future, in what exact path I will do, in what way I will win, in what way. But I will win. Mark my fucking words. Okay. That's maybe a sign to end this shit. Huh? My light died, if you can't tell. You can't probably tell. You can probably tell, but... Okay, we're ending this here. I think that was a sign from God to end this. But I'm not even sure what I'm talking about. I'm not sure what this video turned out to be. I'm not even sure what I'm saying right now. But as always, it was a good time speaking here. Until next time, take care. And as always, accomplish great things. I see you. Bye. And also, if you're new here, this is the weekly update episode 55. I post these videos, similar at least, every single week. I also post some other shit. I also post content every single day. Check my Instagram. Okay, now I'm talking too much. Bye.